How many times do you just go into a Harley dealership just for a visit? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Okay, great. Let's now we're going to walk back into the showroom here as well. So another question that I get asked quite a lot, and we've already talked about this as well. So this isn't, I'm not sort of ambushing you with questions here. So just so you know that, we have kind of cleared this questions in here. It's what happens to my bike when I come into a dealership and I trade it in to buy another Harley? What happens to it? Let's say, well, two questions. So first of all, if I don't have a Harley and I'm trading that in, or I do have a Harley and I'm trading that in.
Okay, so first instance, you don't have a Harley. So in you for example, you had a Triumph which you traded in. Lind, we own a few Triumph dealerships. We own BMW, we've got Porsche, etc., etc. So, we've got the ability to be able to go up there and we can get your bike underwritten by another dealership. So they underwrite basically means they are put their hand up to buy it. They'll give us a price on it, and then we'll farm it out to that dealership and they'll retail it from their shop floor. If it's something a little bit older that we're not able to retail because of the age, the mileage, for example, then we've got a series of traders that will deal in those kind of bikes. Again, we get underwrites on them, and they, they'll buy the bikes, they'll take them away, clean them up, MOT them, whatever, and sell them on again.
If it's, let's say, another brand, I don't know, a Japanese brand, let's say, would that be the same kind of principle? You just try and sell it on to other traders? Yeah,
potentially. We don't like. I mean, every bike there's a profit in it, so we don't necessarily like giving profit away.
Sure.
If it's something that we're fairly confident we can move on again, or something quite special like a Ducati or something like that, and it's still under manufacturer's warranty, we're happy to try and retail it. Something we're thinking about doing in the future is maybe retailing off-make brands. So as long as it's under manufacturer's warranty, as long as it's saleable, then we'll have a look at everything. If there's an opportunity there, then we'll do that. If it's a Harley Davidson, of course, then we've got Harley Originals. We aren't allowed to sell bikes over 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
Underneath the Originals program. So the Originals program dictates 15 years old is the maximum age. If we want to sell it outside of the Originals program, so if we've got something like a chopper or something that's, something that's been in somebody's front room for 20 years, or it's a barn find, providing it's saleable, i.e. it's going to start and stop and run and it's safe to go and the paintwork's good, we'll sell it, but we can't give it a Harley Originals warranty, but we're prepared to give it a warranty ourselves. And then something that's a little bit newer than that, obviously, we've got a whole selection of used bikes over there which have come in as part exchange, and that's where they end up on our shop floor.
I mean, I think it's one of those things with trade-ins. People often dismiss them as well, but I think for me it worked out for me, and for a lot of other people it works out. But I think it really comes down to coming in and speaking to somebody like you and seeing what deal is available first of all. You can't say that every trade-in is going to be a bad deal, and you can't say that every trade-in is going to be a good deal. It really depends on the bike that you have, as you say, what it is, what you can do. I mean, this is the other thing which I kind of I don't try and defend dealerships, but I kind of have a balanced approach, and I say, well, look, they're a business. Look, this is a business. After all, this is not a charity case, and things cost money. So you have to earn money to be able to sell and operate in business, isn't it?
Well, it's interesting. We it's conversations like this with customers that we have every day. It's very rare that somebody comes in and they present us their motorcycle and ask for a price, and then we give them a price, and they say, "Wow, that's much more than I expected it was worth." Pretty much 99% of the time, it's the other way around. Everybody expects their bike to be worth more than we offer them. Now, a couple of reasons for this. Number one is because we do need to make a profit. We buy things in. We then have to spend an awful lot of money in the workshop to get them to a certain standard to be able to retail them again to customers. We've also got to pay the government their little slice of VAT on the dealing margin.
Don't you just love them?
We don't mind giving the government a bit of money. We also have to give every motorcycle that we sell a warranty. That costs money as well. It's not something that we just, it's in the price of the bike, obviously, but we have to buy those warranties. So there needs to be that kind of dealing margin on it, and obviously people come in there and they will ask for a discount. We have to have a margin in there so we can give a bit of money away, put it in warranty, pay the government, and make sure the bike's fit for purpose. Outside of that, where do you get your value on your motorcycle? outside of a dealership, you would probably go online, wouldn't you? You'd go into Auto
Yeah,
Trader or
sure.
eBay, see what
Sure.
they're selling for, and think, well, I've got a bike, similar mileage, similar
Yeah.
age, therefore my bike is worth that amount of money. You have to remember that's what they're selling for, that's at a dealer with all those overheads and,
Sure,
and
sure.
other costs. So, you know, when we offer somebody a price, we will always try and give you the best price for a bike.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
look at every bike that we take in as an opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So but we have to build that kind of margin in. If we buy something in too dear and it's still there in 3 months' time,
Yeah.
and the market drops, then we're
Yeah.
taking that risk as well. So, it might seem that we're just trying to nick everything, but we're not.
No.
There is a lot of thought that goes
Yeah,
into
yeah.
buying motorcycles, and we try and be respectful about your motorcycle as well,
Yeah.
because it is, it's your belongings, and we
Yeah.
don't want to insult you with prices.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You make a really valid point there. People look online, here in the UK, on eBay, Auto Trader, whatever it is, and they're looking at a certain price, but that may not be a realistic sell price for your particular bike. It really depends on your bike, and it's the laws of supply and demand, isn't it? Who wants to buy it, who wants to sell it, how many are available, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean a great example of pricing. So we use something called CAP. CAP of the industry sort of standard is auction prices collated from dealerships and auctions and everything else, which gives them an indication of what bikes are selling for, and then they take that information and they allow dealers to tap into that information to get average prices. There's another company called Glass's Guide, which is an industry leader, and do the same thing. Back in the day, we used to have these little books. You used to see, sort of sheepskin coat and chalky hat and a little book, but now it's all online.
Yeah.
And they give an indication of what a bike's worth. Now, a price for a touring bike in Surrey, for example, will be a lot more than a price for a touring bike perhaps in, somewhere else. So prices will vary. It's only a guide.
Yeah.
But a good example of a guide, so CAP at the moment will look at lowrider S's, which we were talking about earlier, the Dyna models, and they might say that those bikes are only worth £8,000 or £9,000. But as a dealership, we know that they're very desirable bikes, so we're prepared to pay more money than that for them. So you can see that it works both ways as well.
Right.
Yeah. So there's certain bikes out there, breakouts. Everybody loves breakouts.
Yeah.
It's supply and demand, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.